Otto Lessing was a prominent German historicist sculptor whose work largely shaped the appearance of Berlin in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was the son of history and landscape painter Carl Friedrich Lessing and the great-great-nephew of poet Gotthold Ephraim Lessing. Lessing created sculpture and decorative architectural elements on the façades and interiors of many important buildings in Germany, such as the Reichstag, Berlin Cathedral and the Reichsgericht in Leipzig. In addition to large public contracts, he also designed commercial buildings and residential villas. At the height of his career in 1911, Lessing was appointed to the Senate of the Akademie der Kunst and awarded the Palm Merit in Science and Arts, Germany's highest civilian decoration. Life. Otto Lessing was born in Düsseldorf. His artistic education began with his father, who instructed him in painting. He then studied sculpture from 1863 to 1865 under Karl Steinhauser at the Kunstschule Karlsruhe, and then from 1865 to 68 with Albert Wolff in Berlin. After these years of training, Lessing returned to Karlsruhe, where he worked at Karl Steinhauser's studio until 1872. At the founding of the German Empire, with the choice of Berlin as imperial capital, Lessing hoped for a busy career and in the autumn of 1872 moved to Berlin. There he opened a studio for decorative sculpture at Wartburgstrasse 14 in Schöneberg. The then unknown sculptor benefited from recommendations of his uncle Robert Carl Lessing, principal owner of the Vossische Zeitung, with contacts with influential politicians and artists. Lessing's father also moved to Berlin in 1880 and bought himself a prestigious residence in the Tiergarten district. Lessing's reputation and success grew continuously in the late 19th century. In 1890, he was accepted into the Society of Berlin Architects and became the favored sculptor. For this association he received commissions for sculptures and reliefs on the facades of many prominent buildings, such as the Reichstag, the Berlin City Palace and the Cathedral. In addition to large public commissions, Lessing also designed sculptures for commercial buildings and many of the villas of the new middle class in the capital. Lessing also designed monumental standalone sculptures. Between 1886 and 1890 he created a monument to his great-great-uncle, Gotthold Ephraim Lessing, on the Lennestrasse in the Tiergarten. During its inauguration on the 14th of October 1890, Lessing was awarded the title of a professor and a short time later took a teaching position at the Institute of the Museum of Decorative Arts in Berlin. He moved to Wangenheimstrasse 10 in the new neighborhood of Berlin-Grunewald, where he built a large studio. He died on the 22nd of November 1912 and is buried in the Friedhof Halensee Grunewald, in a tomb he designed himself. Painting and sculpture. Otto Lessing's sculpture and architectural decoration adorns many historic government buildings in Germany, such as the Prussian House of Lords, Reichstag, the Neue Marstall, and the Reichsgericht. His interior work includes the bronze doors in the Hall of Honor at the Zeithaus and striking glass mosaics inside the Martin Gropius Bau. Lessing's religious works include the three main doors and interior reliefs at the Berliner Dom, portals and interiors of the Deutsche Dom, the Emperor's entrance to Kaiser Wilhelm Gedenkstätte Church, and the interior of St. Michaelis Church, Hamburg. The Borsig Palace is an example of his work for private residences. The Berlin State Library and Konzerthaus Berlin are also decorated by Lessing. Among his most important outdoor monuments are the Lessing Monument in the Tiergarten, the Hercules Fountain in the Lutzowplatz, and statues in the Siegesallee. His statue of Shakespeare in Weimar is a German icon of the author, as one critic put it, seated and staring into the distance with a bemused and thoughtful look. Many buildings with his works were severely damaged in World War II, and several were later demolished, such as former British Embassy Palais Strasbourg, the Reich Chancellery, and Berlin City Palace. Writings. Lessing's published writings include Ausgewählte Ornamente der Neuzeit, Sammlung Œuvre Gender-Ornamentausführungen, Berlin, Joasmuth, 1880. Bauornamente Berlins, 100 Tafeln, Berlin, Joasmuth, 1890. Schloss Ansbach, Baroque und Rococo Decorationen aus dem 18. Jahrhundert, Berlin, Joasmuth, 1892. Gallery. Examples of Lessing's architectural and decorative sculpture.